Can you give us an update on session so far?
So what we start out by introducing bills, and then they get assigned to a committee, go through the hearing process where the public gets a chance to come in, tell us what they do or they don't like about the bill. We have opportunities to amend, and then we advance good bills out of committee. And then when we get over to the floor, then we're passing those off the floor by the full membership of the House. The Senate has been doing the exact same thing with the bills that they introduced. We're now at a point where we're done considering the House bills, and we're now going to start considering Senate bills and put them through the exact same process that we put the House bills through. So they're coming to us from the Senate, they're getting assigned to a committee. The chair will take a look and schedule for hearings whichever bills they feel are appropriate. The public will have an opportunity to come in and talk to us about it. Tell us what they like, what they don't like about the bills, and then we can decide whether we want to advance those bills and whether or not we need to make a change to those bills when we advance them. Then they will go to the House floor and be passed. And then after that happens, then if we've made any changes, then the Senate will have to take a look and see if they agree with our changes or not. And the same thing will happen with the bills that we send over to the Senate. They will put them through that same process as well. One of the next things that's going to come up, not only are we going to be hearing Senate bills in the House, but we're a little over halfway through the session, and we're only a couple of weeks away from seeing budget proposals coming out. The revenue forecast is due on March 16th. Once budget writers get those new revenue projections, they'll make the final tweaks to their budget proposals and then start introducing those so that everybody can see what their proposals are. Obviously, those will go through the hearing process. The public will have an opportunity to come in and say, yes, we like it, no, we don't. We think there needs to be a change here or a change there, and then people on the committee will make decisions how they want to handle those if they want to make those changes. And then advance those out. The Senate will pass a budget, we'll pass a budget, and then the leadership of the of whatever budget that is will get together, House and Senate, figure out the details, and bring us a final plan to vote on. And when we get all those done, then we can go home.
What happens to bills that may not pass out of the House or the Senate in time?
Well, unless it has a fiscal implication, unless it does has an impact on our budgets, if it hasn't passed out of the House now, it's pretty much dead. No longer eligible for consideration this year. But any bill that was introduced this year will be eligible next year. We do it on a biennial basis. So any bill that's introduced in an odd numbered year is good in the following even numbered year. And at the end of the even numbered year, all bills go away. Any bill that hasn't passed goes away, and if a member wants to have it considered in the next session after that, which would be in this case the 2019 session, then they would have to reintroduce the bill. But anything we don't pass this year is eligible to be considered in the 2018 session. Bills that haven't passed but they do have an impact on the budget are still eligible to advance in this legislative session. They're referred to as necessary to implement the budget, or you might hear us talk about an NTIB bill if you hear a couple of legislators talking. Yeah, that bill's NTIB. Well, that means it's necessary to implement the budget, and it's still eligible for consideration right up until the end of session.